If you were wondering what each component in the computer is for but didn't have time to figure it out, this video is especially for you. Computer consists of 9 main components: motherboard, CPU, hard drive, RAM, SSD, graphics card, power supply, case, and cooling system. The motherboard is a large flat circuit board, and it's the main part of the computer where all other components connect. Its job is to let the different parts of the system communicate with each other. Compared to other parts, it's not the most expensive, but it's still one of the most important. You can think of it as the heart of the computer. CPU, or Central Processing Unit, is also called the processor, and it works like the brain of the computer. It doesn't store much data, but it's extremely good at processing it. The CPU handles complex math, goes through huge lists, and runs most of the programs. Basically, everything that happens in a computer passes through the CPU at some point. Hard drives are great for storing lots of files, but they're slower at accessing data because most of them still use spinning disks and transfer information through a small wire. Since they can't always deliver data quickly to the CPU, we use another component, the RAM. RAM also stores data, but unlike the hard drive, it has less space and works much faster. This makes it perfect for quickly giving information to the CPU. For example, every time you see a loading screen in a game, the CPU is pulling data from the hard drive into the RAM, so it can access it instantly while you play. RAM looks like long, thin sticks instead of a drive with a wire. But remember, RAM is temporary memory. When you turn off your computer, everything stored in it gets erased. The SSD, or solid-state drive, does the same job as a hard drive but is faster and uses newer technology. Many computers now use SSD alone or together with hard drives. They cost more, but the speed boost is worth it. Graphics card. To create 3D worlds, the computer does tons of calculations, but the hardest part is showing those worlds on your screen. That's the job of the graphics card, also called the GPU. It's almost like a mini computer inside your computer, built only for graphics. It decides which pixels to light up and in what color. Power supply. The power supply, or PSU, does exactly what the name suggests. It takes electricity from the outlet and delivers it to the computer's parts. It has to provide enough power for everything to run smoothly. Case. The case is simply the box that holds all the parts. It can be plastic or metal, and it comes in different sizes: mini tower, mid tower, or full tower. Choosing the right case depends on the size of the other components you plan to use, so everything fits properly inside. Cooling system. Parts like the CPU and graphics card produce a lot of heat, and without cooling, they would overheat and fail. That's why every computer needs a cooling system. Cooling can be done with fans, air cooling, or with liquid cooling, and each method has its own advantages and drawbacks.